Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your weekly reading for October 19th through 25th. We're going to open up the energy of the reading today with the cow spirit. And this one says, the miracles are endless. I like that. How are we going to witness the miracles in our life this week? Yeah, the cow spirit. Well, let's do our dove and serpent spread. We're going to use the Rider-Waite-Smith. I like that cow spirit. At first, we have an 8 of swords. So I feel like there is already this kind of overthinking energy. And Gemini, you tend to get this card a lot, yeah? And sometimes we just got to get out of our heads. So Page of Wands, we're out there experiencing the miracles. We're out there appreciating the miracles. We are exploring. We're getting curious. We're getting creative, okay? You have a High Priestess, a Page of Cups, a Queen of Pentacles, and an Ace of Cups. Wow, I feel like this is really going to be an inspired week for you. We have the 5 of Swords, a Knight of Swords. We've got a Devil card, and we have a King of Pentacles, King and Queen of Pentacles. And we've got a Knight, we've got a Page. It's really a lot going on here. A lot of court cards, so I feel like this would be a good time for you to be involved in social things, go out and have a good time, meet with your people, enjoy new activities, try new things, try to get outside. Yeah, let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set this down right over here with our little Tibetan prayer wheel right on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card is, put your prediction in the comments below the video. Okay? Now, as we look around the room, we see 1, 2 major arcana cards. We have the High Priestess and the Devil. Okay? A little bit of fire. We got water and water. We got air and air and air, and you have your earth cards. Okay? So it's pretty balanced, I would say. Yeah. We're going to start with our 8 of Swords, because this is the card of overthinking. This is the card sometimes that we, sometimes it's saying that we feel trapped or limited in some way, that we might be in this kind of rumination energy. We might be overthinking, overcomplicating something. We might feel like we're sort of helpless. We're all tied up in these wires. We're just in a bundle of Christmas lights and we can't get out of it. Yeah. Maybe fear, maybe some doubt, maybe some clouded vision. It may feel as if we don't really know what to do, or we don't know what we want to do right now. We don't know what perspective to take or what opinion to have about something. And we just don't know what to think, There's a card that's saying a new perspective might be needed. A new perspective might liberate us from this stuck place. Okay? Could be that we're bound up in worry and rumination. Could be that we're pacing a circle in the living room carpet, that we're dwelling on something. We're stewing over it, You ever stew over stuff? And it may be that it's possible we don't know why we're stewing. We're just kind of stewing. We're just ruminating. We're just feel a little helpless. Well, I think the remedy is that Page of Wands. That if right now we feel mentally in a loop, or we feel sort of stuck or trapped or helpless, or we're kind of stuck in this overthinking, overly complex, overly analytical energy, best thing to do, invoke the Page of Wands. Just go outside and just do something else. Just go do anything at all. Just go outside. Try something new. Go out, socialize. Go out and get just some new experiences. Maybe for some of you, the 8 of Swords is saying that we don't really feel inspired right now. That there's something that I can't put, it's like you can't put your finger on it. But something's just not there. Something just doesn't feel like it's there, you know. This is the card of excitement and curiosity. This is the card of fresh ideas that are lighting up your path this week. And so I think that wherever you feel stuck, this is the inspiration to get unstuck. This is the inspiration that you're sort of, you know, if there's some kind of a mental blockage or a creative blockage, this is the remedy, okay? Your inspiration is going to come through exploration. Don't be afraid to try something new. Try a new restaurant, a new food. Go meet somebody new. Try a new sport. Try a new type of show on TV or something, right? Listen to some different kind of music that you haven't listened to before. Go into this week with a very playful and useful spirit, Gemini, because that's going to guide you better than overthinking will. That's going to lead you out of whatever sort of mental loop you're in or whatever overly complicated sort of tangle that you're in right now. Be open to learning and experimenting with new projects. Maybe the Eight of Swords is that we don't know what to commit to. Sometimes the Eight of Swords is like, I've got too many options and I don't know which one to pick. So we feel helpless, right? It's the paradox of choice. We have too many choices and I feel paralyzed by so many choices around me. So the Page of Wands is saying, go out and just dabble in different things. See what lights you up. If it doesn't, say next. Okay? And so, you know, you don't have to commit to the first thing that comes along. You can experiment. You can stay curious. You can experiment and dabble. You can try a little bit of this and say, I don't really like it. That's like it's the buffet. Life's a buffet, you know. You go and sample the things that you think, well, maybe I'll like it. The Eight of Swords is like, I'm starving, but I can't decide what to eat. Well, you just go in the kitchen and you look around and you take a little piece of this, a little piece of that, and say, hey, you know what? I'm starting to hone in on what I'm actually hungry for. And that's what this card's all about. Stay curious, because the world does have a gift waiting for you, and that's the Ace of Cups that we see in that future position. So eventually you're going to know what is in your heart. Okay? And it may just be that we've got to experiment a little bit. We've got to look around a little bit. We also have to trust our intuition. And the intuition is going to guide your Page of Wands. Because then the intuition will tell you, well, maybe some things over in this particular direction are going to resonate with you. Then you go over there and you take a look around. You dabble, you experiment, you sample things. You go to the ice cream parlor. You don't have to know exactly what flavor you want. You go up there, you say, I don't know what I want right now. And I guarantee the person behind the counter is going to say, I know, I've got just the thing. And they'll give you a little sample of something. And you might say, oh my gosh, that's what I've been craving, right? And then you'll get a big, huge ice cream sundae. Or you might say, you know what, that wasn't really it. You know? And then the person behind the counter, well, they have a lot of those little spoons. I mean, they buy them by the thousands, right? So you can sample. And this week invites you to sample life, to slow down and listen to that inner guidance. The Eight of Swords, your mind's going too fast, Gemini. Slow it down. Listen to the inner guidance. Some things you don't know right now. Some truths are hidden beneath the surface. So instead of getting bothered by that, you're going to be patient with yourself, and you're going to go out and you're going to have some samples. You're going to go and try different things. Maybe you're going to go down some rabbit holes on YouTube, and you're going to watch a few different videos of some different things, and try to find what really resonates with you. Maybe you just want to go out and socialize. Like I said, it's a good time for socializing. It's a good time for meeting new people and trying new things, trying a new sport. Go play darts or something. Go bowling. Maybe you're terrible at those things. Okay. Go bowling once. You say, I hate bowling. I don't want to bowl anymore. You don't have to. You didn't join a league. You know, you didn't sign your life away to the bowling team. You went and you tried it once. You didn't like it. That's okay. but you're learning to listen, And I think this is a really good week for paying attention to your dreams and your intuitions and the subtle feelings, because they're pointing you toward things that you might like. And the more we learn to listen to our instincts, the more we will always be guided directly to the Ace of Cups. Now, you'll have to excuse me for hitting the cough button. I'm still dealing with some chest and throat and head issues. Basically, this whole part of me right here is still struggling, but, we're okay. So the High Priestess, the more we're able to tune into that voice, the more we're not going to have to dabble and experiment. We're going to go to the buffet and we're going to make a beeline for the broccoli beef or whatever, We're going to know exactly what we want and what we like, or what we're craving in that moment, what our heart really wants in that moment, okay? So for this week, explore, experiment, listen to your body, listen to your intuition, listen to your feelings, pay attention to dreams, especially the dreams, because I feel like you start writing them down, you're going to start seeing a pattern, because I think they're trying to direct you towards something that your soul really wants. Your soul is craving something. This isn't just about like what your taste buds are after. You want that broccoli beef. No, this is like what your soul wants. What's the broccoli beef of the soul right now? Okay. So I feel like your dreams are pointing you towards something sort of specific. Okay. Make sure that you take some time for quiet reflection. Okay. Give yourself some quiet time this week as well. If you are doing all this socializing and experimentation, you got to have time to reflect on those experiences. Look for meaning in symbols. Look for confirmations from the world around you. Pay attention to synchronicity. Okay. And try to tune in to the inner voice and trust in that inner voice above the noise, because we see a little bit of noise, a little bit of static in the line this week with the Five of Swords, okay? And the Page of Cups. It's more of that experimental energy, It's more of like, let's get outside, let's play, let's allow our heart to feel things. Let's feel whatever we're feeling, let's feel it, okay? Because it means something. Your emotions are trying to tell you something. Your feelings have guidance for you. And I think the Page of Cups is about paying attention to the little things, paying attention to the absurdities, paying attention to the signs, symbols, synchronicities, and omens, but also paying attention to the non sequiturs, the fish in the percolator. Because this is something that stands out. The fish in the percolator it's kind of like it makes you do a double take, like, wait a minute, there's a what in the what? That's something a little bit more strange or a little bit more obvious. It kind of stands out. It's like in the video game where one section of the wall just looks like it's colored differently than the wall around it. That's the wall you got to break through, like those old video games. That's kind of what this card is. It's curiosity. It's playful. Okay? Some of you may be receiving a message of love this week too. I feel like there's something, and maybe you don't know how you feel about somebody yet. Maybe you don't know what you really want. If you want a relationship, you want something serious, or you just want friends, or what do you want? Yeah. Sort of exploring that. For some of you, this is going to be that week where, you're looking for inspiration. You're looking for creativity. I think it's going to arrive unexpectedly, through unexpected channels, unexpected means, okay? That inspiration is going to hit you when you're not, kind of like when you're not looking for it. Approach life with more wonder, more openness, have more, not only more like creative experiences, like if you're an artist, like you're going to do pick up some different instruments. If you're usually like a guitar player, go play the trumpet this week or something, right? Or just start singing or something. Like, explore your creativity through other means than the usual. Because the usual right now feels like an Eight of Swords, feels blocked. and in terms of your emotional experiences. Be open to the new feelings, and look for joy and satisfaction, and look for creativity in places that you wouldn't look usually. Be open to wonder and approach life, like that, and allow yourself to daydream and imagine. And I feel like you're going to get insights. You're going to get as sort of an emotional awakening from a very unexpected source. Okay? Allow your heart this week to lead you into exploration and creativity. Big time. Okay, big time. The Queen of Pentacles is able to take some of this stuff and incubate certain pieces of that, The Queen of Pentacles is focused on taking the inspiration, okay, and creating joy and comfort, creating a nurturing environment, is able to take an idea and build it into something more. Queen of Pentacles is a very resourceful energy. This is a card of caring for yourself and caring for other people, being patient, and being sort of steady with something. And so for some of you, I almost feel like you're looking for something to take care of. You're looking for something that you can nurture and nourish and facilitate its growth. It's like you want something to tend to. We're just not sure what. You want to grow a garden, but you're not sure what to plant. I feel like this is a person that can use their wisdom to create stability and create comfort in the environment. This is a card of practical actions, and it's really, it's the gestures, it's the behaviors that show that you care. So the pages of the tarot are all the dabbling, sampling, experimenting. But then the Queen comes in and hones in on one or the other of those things and really puts the effort in to build it up. Yeah? So, in other words, we're out there exploring different things with the pages. But then once we kind of discover the thing that is the thing, the Queen of Pentacles takes it and focuses on that and gestates that and grows it, cultivates it into something bigger. Okay, so you see how the sort of process works there. So the Queen of Pentacles is taking what you've discovered in this exploratory phase and is putting more resources into one or two of those things. I think maybe let's just say it's one thing. Puts more time, effort, energy, money, and space into the one thing in order to build it up into something extraordinary. Okay? So first, there's a lot of options, a lot of choices. We make the choice, and then we start cultivating that and building that up and nurturing that choice so that it can grow. Okay? And that's our nurturing Queen of Pentacles. Knows how to use the resources in order to cultivate something. Okay? So I feel like a lot of you are looking for that thing that you can put your effort into and build it up into something long-term, something successful, something meaningful, something fruitful and rewarding. But we just don't know what it is, So I feel like this week is about trying to discover that thing that you want to take care of, that you want to water and make it grow, that you want to tend to, that you want to be attentive to it and cultivate it and nurture it. And I feel like it is the Ace of Cups. And this is a beginning of love, joy. This is something that really opens your heart. And this is something that you're ready to receive. And the Queen of Pentacles, it wants to receive it. And again, kind of grow it, make it, allow it, give it the space and the love that it needs for this to reach its potential. So this is like You get the little seed. You plant the seed, and then the Queen of Pentacles is the gardener, the cultivator of that seed. Gives it the water, the soil, the sunlight, protects it, and it's going to grow into whatever plant it was meant to be, an oak tree or a daisy, it doesn't matter. And that Ace of Cups, this is something that you want to pour yourself into. Okay? I feel like this is the beginning of that, the realization of what that is. So to me, this feels like the gift. This is the gift that Spirit's saying, okay, this is yours, treat it gently. And it's through your facilitating that this thing can unfold into, what? A 10 of Cups, right? This can unfold into the dream come true. This is like you got to figure out, what is it that you wish for? What is it that you want more than anything in the world? This is your dream. This is your baby. This is your good idea. This is your inspiration. And I feel like it has the potential to really to grow and blossom into something life-changing. Okay? And for some of you, this is going to be a relationship. For some of you, this is going to be the great idea for that next art project. This is going to be, maybe it's a pet. Maybe you're getting a dog. This could be your heart is awakened to that new musical instrument that you want, or that subject you want to study. Or you're going to go take jujitsu lessons or something, like you've figured out what the thing is that you want to commit yourself to. And again, it could be romance for some of you. It could be a new job. Okay, I mean, anything. But it has to awaken your heart. It has to really, your heart has to say, I want that no matter what. I want that more than anything else. That's what I want to do. Okay? And the pages, are experimenting with various things. Okay? This is the one. The pages are out there looking for the one. When you find it, you're going to know. And then you hand that over to the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles cultivates it. But we have to get through our 5 of Swords, though, this week, don't we, Gemini? Because this is sometimes doubt. Okay, sometimes this is confusion. When we're trying to hear the voice of the intuition, sometimes there's some competing thoughts and ideas. There may be some conflicts that are going on inside of you. It could be a week of external conflicts as well. This is drama. And it's basically saying that these are conflicts that even if you win, they're going to feel empty. So it's saying, like, let's not be drawn into any entanglements that are not worth the energy. Be mindful of where your battles are going to just, regardless of the outcome, it's just going to lead to despair and like misery and like a lack of energy. We got to have honesty and humility. I think that this is you being very honest with yourself too about like what resonates with you and what does not. Okay? And I like the cow spirit too. The miracles are endless, but the cow spirit, because the cow is always like this nurturing, sort of mothering type of energy, And so I feel like it's really like you're taking care of something that really is taking care of you back. And so it feels like there's this two-way flow. Yeah. This is you being very honest about the things that are in your life, the pages, that the page of wands and the page of cups energy, which is you. You have to be very honest and be able to say to yourself, you know what, I tried it, that's not for me. You don't have to try to force yourself to like something. You don't have to try to convince yourself. And you don't owe anybody else an explanation. If it's a relationship, you may say, you know what, it's not working for me. My feelings are just not there. And that's okay. It's your ability to walk away from something. Okay? Let go of anything that doesn't serve your highest good. Certainly let go of fights or arguments or conflicts that are creating deeper wounds rather than helping to heal wounds. Okay? I think for a lot of you, the Eight of Swords is kind of like there's something that you need to say, but you're not sure how to say it. I think the Five of Swords is, you just kind of having that honesty and being able to just communicate whatever this is so that the healing process can begin. We have a Knight of Swords also. And this is a fast-moving, very bold movement. Okay? It's a determination. It's a rushing headfirst into something. But it's not always seeing the bigger picture. It's not always seeing the plan. And I think that, for a lot of you, this is very important energy, especially when you discover what this one thing is that you want to say yes to. I'm hoping that the mystery card is the Lover's card. The Knight of Swords is determination, but making sure you're going in the right direction. Don't feel forced into a decision. Don't feel forced into a commitment unless you really feel drawn to it and you really feel that it resonates with your heart fully. Channel your energy into meaningful pursuits. This is a meaningful pursuit, this Ace of Cups. Not scattered efforts, not conflicts just because we don't know what else to do. Okay? So the Knight of Swords doesn't always have a plan. We don't know the steps for. We don't have the driving directions, but we know what we feel. We know why we're doing it. And that's the important part. Maybe if it's saying that if you know why you're doing something, you'll figure out the how. Okay? You'll figure out the how. Because the Knight of Swords is rushing into something without knowing all the facts, knowing all the information, and without the map. Okay? And that's not a bad thing. But you have to know why you're doing that. And then I think you'll be able to gain the information as you go. And so for some of you, this is really like you're learning about a new person, or you're studying a new subject, or you're starting a new class, or picking up a new skill, okay, or a new art form or something like this. And it's something that you want to commit yourself to. So it's a good time for this week, going out, Gemini, and experimenting to try to find the one. Try to find the one thing that you want to commit yourself to. And it's something new. I don't feel like it's something that you've already been doing. I feel like it's something new. It doesn't mean you have to stop doing the other thing. But it's almost like we're ready for inspiration. We're ready to get that big like heart chakra activation. We're ready to fall in love with something or someone. It would be a good week for romance for sure, right? But the Devil card is kind of talking about some attachment. There might be some habits that are keeping us stuck or some attachments to old things that we aren't really resonating with anymore. Notice where your fear might be limiting you. Notice where maybe you do feel trapped, that Eight of Swords. Again, it could be that we feel trapped in certain situations or certain attachments or certain commitments. And the difficult conversation is us saying, I don't want that anymore. Freedom begins with awareness, begins with our ability to say, hey, I don't like the way things are going in this particular area. I'm not resonating with this anymore. Why do I keep doing it? Why do I have to stay chained to that thing when it's not meant for me anymore? Okay? So you're choosing honesty over avoidance. The Eight of Swords is maybe we're avoiding that conversation. The Five of Swords is saying we're just going to have the conversation. Okay? The illusions that bind you can be released with courage. Pay attention this week to anything that may be siphoning your energy away from you, stealing your energy, or where you may be giving it away against your own better judgment. Awareness, right, is the first step toward liberation and freedom. So I feel like that's, for some of you, that's going to be the Eight of Swords. that you feel obligated towards something, or you feel chained to something that you know isn't meant for you anymore. And we have to be able to release that so that you can free your heart and you can be open to something that is. You could be open to the one, to the right thing, not just the right now thing. Okay? There's something in you that really does want to be liberated. And that Page of Wands, well, that's a very liberated energy. When we get out of the Eight of Swords, the Page of Wands is free to go and experiment with other things. It doesn't mean that it has to commit to anything else, because then we might find ourselves right back here in the Devil card in the Eight of Swords. Okay, so for this week, it's not about finding another attachment. It's about freeing that part of you that can go explore, that can go and have the experience of, wow, there's a larger world out there for us. Okay, but the Devil right now is that card, that energy that's trying to keep you stuck doing what you've always been doing, even if it's not resonating with you, even if it's not healthy, even if it's not leading to any kind of progress. Between the Eight of Swords and the Devil, I kind of feel like we've been doing the same thing over and over again and getting the same results. It's like nothing changes if nothing changes. You know? That if we always do what we've always done, we'll always get what we've always got. And I think that you're done with that. And the Queen of Pentacles might be a little bit of that kind of, that realization. The Queen of Pentacles kind of looks a little bit forlorn. Like she's sitting there looking at what she has and thinking, this isn't what I wanted. You know, this isn't what I was expecting. You know, like we keep doing the same thing and we keep getting the same thing. And the Queen of Pentacles may be saying, I want something different now. Like I want to build my life up in a different way. The King of Pentacles is the builder. So if the Queen is kind of lamenting, oh, this is what my life's become, the King of Pentacles is saying, well, I can just build something else. You know, that I don't have to keep building what I've always been building. That now there's this awakening of the heart, you know, and the King is saying, I want to build that. And the Queen of Pentacles is saying, if I hang on to that Ace of Cups, then the King and the Queen together are going to build up that Ace of Cups. You know, we have feels very romantic here today, you know. But I do think that there is this new energy entering your life. And I feel like the King is going to build this up. With that Queen, it's just active, passive energies. It's male and female, yeah, but it's not gender specific, okay? The King of Pentacles is just the builder. It's discipline and prosperity, right? That is kind of guiding the work going forward. This is authority, this is wisdom, this is patience with the resources. You're building something up, not for yourself, but for everybody that depends on you. This is a very responsible card. This is careful planning. This is strong leadership. This is mastery. It's very grounded. And I think that this is the energy now that it feels liberated. Okay, and I think it's very important that we have that Devil card, because sometimes the King of Pentacles is fixed earth, which means that sometimes this king has been sitting in that throne for so long that the vines, right, have started to grow over their throne and over their legs. In other words, they haven't moved, and life is just kind of overtaking them. Things are moving on without them, and they're stuck. So this could also be a feeling of, you know, kind of being stuck in the same routine, the same thought process, doing the same thing over again, getting the same results, realizing that, hey, wait a minute, I'm not satisfied with those results. Those aren't the results I wanted. So the King and the Queen, I think, are starting to wake up and say, like, we need some inspiration. We need some fresh energy here. We need something to like wake us up and get us moving in a different direction and start building something new. Again, this week, good time for socializing, good time for going out and getting more experience of life. Go do something different and see how inspired that makes you. Okay, and again, it doesn't mean that you have to lock in and commit to something right away. Just go and get experience. Just go and experiment, go dabble. Go try a bunch of new things, go socialize. And I think you're going to start to feel more and more inspired and realize that your whole life is going to change. Now you're building something that is resonating with you on a very deep level. Let's look at our mystery card. What do we think it's going to be? Well, I think it's going to be an Empress. I think it's going to be a World. I think it's going to be a Wheel of Fortune or a Ten of Pentacles. Let's see. A Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles, again, kind of this stuck feeling. It's kind of saying we've got to let go of something that isn't working for us. We've got to get out of our comfort zone. That's exactly what the Page of Wands said, remember? Get out of your comfort zone. Go experiment, try something new. There is security and stability. That's very important, but you're hanging on too tightly. Okay? You're creating a long-term world. You're creating a world, but it may not be the world you really want. So we need to at least go experience some other things. Go experience life a little bit. So that you can either get more inspired for the path that you're on, or you can get an idea of like, there are many other paths out there. Because this is holding on too tightly. This is growth being blocked. This is a hesitation. This is a comfort zone. Okay? This is not taking risks. This is someone who is not open to flow. Okay? And so I feel like the pages really need to be let out of the house. It's like we got to kind of let go of something, because this is like things are comfortable, things are predictable, I know what to expect, you're just kind of in a routine, and it's the Eight of Swords, really. It's just kind of like I'm stewing. I don't know why I feel like an anxiety. Because we're playing it safe in the Four of Pentacles. Well, the pages are out there exploring the world. This is like an overprotective parent, right, that won't let the kids go outside and play. Well, kids need to go outside and just explore. You need to get in the mud a little bit. You need to dig in to get some experience of life. Can't live under a rock. Can't be too sheltered. But it's a balance, right? We want to be protective. We want to create stability and security. We also need to be allowed to take healthy risks and go experiment and go get some experience under our belts. So this is the week of balancing your need for routine and safety, security, stability. Balance your need to play it safe with your need to go and get some new experiences. Okay, that's the week for you. And understand where you might be limiting yourself or holding yourself back from gaining new experiences or trying something different, something new. Okay? Knowing that dabbling or trying something new doesn't mean you have to sign a long-term contract. Doesn't mean you have to do a lifelong commitment. You can do it for 5 minutes and say, I don't like it. Okay? Say yes to those things that are casual, right? Casual. Anyway, click on the join button right there so you can watch the extended reading. Gemini, I thank you, I love you, and we're all in this together.